Hello, my name is Adrian Kinney, and I'm from Echo Summit Property Management. Today, I'm here to talk to you about fair housing. Fair housing is a big field that applies to real estate, and specifically applies to property management as well. It's a very closely monitored subject, and has huge legal ramifications if not followed correctly. In the property management field, it applies specifically to applications, and how you run through them and make sure that they're being applied correctly. You cannot discriminate on the order in which the applications are received. They must be processed and looked at in the order in which they came in, and the criteria that applies goes to each one of them as they go through. The published criteria that you have, perhaps your credit scores, the occupancy for the houses, the income requirements, etc., are also requirements that have to be followed and applied to each one of the applicants or applications equally, and cannot be changed depending on the applicant. Now, Fresh Corn you may have heard of, which is an acronym that helps remember the protected classes as you're going through and looking at the applications. Fresh Corn stands for family, ethnicity, sex, handicap, color, race, or national origin. Again, those are the classes that are protected and must be watched out specifically for to make sure they're applied correctly to all of your criteria. In the state of Colorado, there are 2 more classes that have been added, based on marital status and sexual orientation, are also classes that need to be looked after as well to make sure everything is applied correctly and equally, as well as fairly, to each one of them. Under those protected classes, there's nothing of the sort that can be done, like refusing to rent a house, refusing to negotiate, making some of your properties unavailable perhaps, denying a dwelling, setting different terms, conditions, privileges. You cannot provide different services for different groups. Again, they all have to be fairly applied, as it is fair housing. You cannot deny access or membership to a certain group. Again, just be careful to make sure your website is available to all people and that you can get your rental market out to all of the groups. There are 3 things that fair housing also looks after that you want to make sure you're not doing, and those that are working for you are also not doing as well. Steering. You can't suggest that a group of people or a person might feel more comfortable perhaps in a neighborhood. That's something for them to decide. You can only suggest that perhaps a different price range or that a different bedroom, bathroom makeup might be more acceptable for them based on what they've disclosed to you. Blockbusting is another area that's looked after as well. You're not able to trigger the move of a neighborhood depending on its makeup, perhaps moving people in or out of the neighborhood. You're only there to make sure that the house is suitable for them to move into, and it's something that they like and feel comfortable in. Redlining is a 3rd topic that fair housing also looks after very heavily. You cannot deny or increase the cost of, or even conduct special marketing for certain groups. It has to be applied to all groups equally to make sure everyone has the same access to all of your rental properties that you do have available. If you have any further questions, you're able to check out our website at www.echo-summit.com/education to see other videos that we have and gain more knowledge on topics. Thank you very much.